There's quite a bit of exposure to the foreign banks like Goldman, JP Morgan, Citi. They all have investments in there. And then you have some sovereign funds as well. So I think that there's considerable exposure outside, more institutional than retail. So yeah, it's quite a bit. Then you have about 30% inside India as well, like the banks, local banks there. So it's spread across. And let's see where that plays out. But at this point, looks like there's no contagion effect yet, but the perception has definitely deteriorated at this point.
Well, let's explore that idea of contagion, the idea that this will spread outside the Adani Group into different companies and different sectors. How much concern is that causing, and how likely does it look?
It does not look good at all. I mean, Adani was this is a body blow across major body blow to a person, to a businessman who was considered the gold standard of excellence, of someone who made it on his own, someone who made it across the board in every tentacles of the country. So I think this was a major blow to that, and to the extent that it gets affected more and more. And if these allegations prove to be correct, then I think that's a major blow. So we don't want that. The country is already reeling from a number of scandals before this, so they don't want another person just taking out all these loans and just defaulting on them. So there's a lot riding on this thing. He's going to defend it. At this point, the benefit of doubt is with him, but Hindenburg Research does good forensic accounting, so I'm sure there is something there, but is it systemic and is it very happening deliberately? We need to see that. So it's not proven yet, but definitely the narrative has shifted against him more and more.
And this is something that's even being talked about in India's parliament, isn't it? Has it affected investors' view of India, do you think?
Absolutely. I think he's considered close to the government, the ruling party. He was a major target. I think this is a bullseye as far as opposition is concerned. All the other industrialists, I'm sure, are concerned. But I think they don't want this to fail. I think the government doesn't want this to fail because and India is growing. They're attracting a lot of attention, a lot of foreign funding. So this will be a big blow to that perception, that flow of money. So nobody wants this to happen. But if it's wrong, it's wrong. And they need to be, everyone appears correct. Everyone says they are doing the right thing. And in this case, yes, they probably infringed on a few lines, like the corporate governance issues are an issue. To what extent was the money laundering issue exaggerated? Yes, he has these foreign holdings, companies registered in the tax havens. So is that illegal? Did he really launder money? All those things need to be proven. They don't pass the smell test, that's for sure. But is it illegal? Did he do something criminal? That needs to be proved, and I think a lot riding on this.
But whatever the case, this has, of course, caused huge reputational damage, both for the Adani Group and for Gautam Adani himself. Is there any coming back from this?
Well, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, if it affects him, if people start buying, if he cannot refinance the debt, which is due starting in 2024, that's going to be a problem, and his rating is going to get affected. It's going to be difficult because infrastructure projects where he's involved, that requires heavy investments, requires going to the capital markets over and over again to raise money. So that window might close, and that'll be difficult to raise money. So for his whole business plan, his business model to work, he needs the capital markets on his side. So yes, it's going to be a big blow. I'm sure he's going to fight till the end. And let's see where it plays out. But nothing proven yet. The allegations are serious. Needs to be proven that they're not correct. Little time to go. He has some leg room till 2024. But that perception has to change. If not, it'll be very tough to get out of it.
Santosh Rao, good to talk to you. Thanks very much indeed for joining us on the programme today. That's Santosh Rao from Manhattan Venture Partners.